And hey, man, I cannot tell you how excited I am to have you on the show. And definitely, we will be working together in the future once we're past this pandemic. Like I said, I do have some ideas for you as far as filmmaking. I know you're someone who gets into a lot of different things. Here's a wonderful thing about filmmaking that I know you know already. You can almost do something differently with that because you can go from making a horror movie to a romantic comedy to a psychological piece. Like you can do something different almost every single time. It's almost the possibilities for change is unlimited. What do you think?
It's unlimited. One of the things I'd really love to do, apart from making a full feature film, is just to add to my work is music videos. It's funny, just something that I've always wanted to do. Just
Mm-hmm.
film a badass music video.
Yeah.
And I actually I had been set up where I was supposed to meet Asher Smalls, the artist, on the last film I did on quarantine. I was supposed to film a couple music videos for his album, but unfortunately, because of social distance quarantine and COVID-19, that couldn't happen. But you're definitely right. You're able to be creative across different genres. Horror film, comedy, thriller. The possibilities are endless, which is great.
Yeah, it definitely suits a personality like yours, like mine. We can always do something different. Ultimately, we probably will get bored, which I know I will get bored eventually. Even then, that's why I talked about going to Tibet and things like that.
Yeah.
But because eventually it's gonna get overwhelming. There's gonna come a time, and I know you're very ambitious. And for me, I can only speak for myself. I'm ambitious as well. But I realize there's going to be a limit to it. You go through phases in your life. There was a phase in my life where I was not ambitious at all. I had no motivation. Now I'm in
Yeah.
that phase. But there's going to be a phase where I'm like, I'm motivated, but I also want inner peace more than anything else.
Right, right,
So
right. And it also depends on what stage you are in life as well. I think we're in a stage in our lives right now where we want to make things happen. So I think that also drives the motivation as well.
I mean, I don't know if it's the same for you, but I want to leave a legacy. You know what I'm saying? I want to leave a legacy for my family. I realize with every new gray hair that pops up that I have to dye because my beard is fully dyed. I have not embraced the gray like you, and you look good wearing it. Hopefully, I can get the huevos to do it like you, but but I'm
The, the
dyeing my
funny
beard.
thing, the funny thing is that I dye mine too as well, but I dye it in a way that you still see a few of the grays, so it doesn't look. When you see
Oh,
some guys who are like 70 and it's like black black hair.
yeah,
You're just
that
like,
don't look right.
dude, come on,
Yeah,
So I do mine in a way that it's dyed. If I didn't dye this, man, this would all be great. So I
it'll
think
be
we're on
great.
the same page here.
Yeah. It's like a little touch of gray. I like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, a little touch of gray. But yeah, man. So yeah, ultimately, eventually, is it's leaving a legacy for your family because as we get these gray hairs, we realize that life is finite. Once I hit 30 and I realized that I couldn't pretend to be a kid anymore. I was like, okay, so what's next? You know what I'm saying? You gotta leave something because I honestly think that's really the only way to live forever. Which I know ultimately that's what people want is to live forever or you know what I'm saying. Religion teaches it all the time about heaven and things like that. We all want to exist in some way, shape, or form forever. I think one of the ways to do that for sure is to leave something behind for the future generations, whether it's positive thought, positive message, or even even money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree. And, not to come off a bit morbid here, but, sometimes we forget what death is. We live everyday life and, we forget that, one day this is all going to come to an end. And, once in a while, somebody, or somebody, who knows somebody else will pass away. And then for a second, we pause and we think, we're like, life is short. Like, what am I doing? I need to do something. I need to, and then you forget about it. You go back to everyday life. I think what I try to do, I try to, tell myself every day that, my time here is limited. So, I like you said, you got to leave something behind, a legacy, whether that means, Flavius Films YouTube channel or
Mm-hmm.
your podcast, just a
Yeah,
thought, blog,
yeah.
or building, some sort of mega business and leaving something behind. But you're right. The goal at the end of the day, the goal is to live a legacy and whatever you've left behind, you continue being known for.
And that is that what motivates you? Would you say that's what?
I think, obviously, people say, money can't buy you happiness, but at the end of the day, it puts you in a position where you can go after those things that can make you happy, So, my goal every day is to be able to make sure that my family is taken care of even after I'm gone. And hopefully I can make enough films that, when my grandkids are scrolling through YouTube one day, if YouTube is still around, like, wait a second, is that granddad? What?
Please search on YouTube for Just a Thought Vlog and follow us on social media.